we were literally like magicians almost. We could create, we could move things with our voice and our sound. We're like a divine being of the universe. The Nag Hammadi scriptures, the secret book of John, it talks about how Enlil became jealous over how perfect man was, and then deliberately threw him into, that's what it says, threw him into a lower form of existence to trap him. So we were created by powerful fractals of source that are like omnipotent creator gods, right? And amongst them, we were created in such perfection that we were more wise and more potentially more powerful than even they are. And because of jealousy by the gods, specifically Enlil, he creates an entire world and hides us in a veil to lock us in an eternity to never remember who we really are.
Yeshua was his name. What he was teaching was so profound for his time. There were outer teachings and inner teachings. The outer teachings were for the masses, and it's primarily what you see in the Gospels. The inner teachings were for those initiates that could really understand what it was he was saying, and that's what the Gospel of Thomas appears to be. It did come from a later time. I don't think it invalidates that, what it is that is being said in there.
What is being said that's so controversial?
Well, there's 114 sayings in there, but the bottom line, and this is one I think that is probably one of the most well-known, where he says, what you bring forth from within you will save you, and what you don't bring forth from within you will destroy you. He's saying there's a power inside of us that has to be expressed. And these texts are all about how we awaken that power. Okay, so the name, I'm going to use a word and then I'll define it. The name that is given to that power traditionally is called divinity. We were imbued with a force that was greater even than those who created us. And there has been an effort from that time to deny us that force. The purpose of evil, and this might be the most important thing that we say today, because it's a nebulous concept, good and evil, until you give it a benchmark. The purpose of evil is to deny human divinity.
There's no way this is just pure coincidence that every movie is a fight against perfection and against...
And a creator, and it's like, how many times does this particular scenario end up?
And it's more concerning, why are people spending money to watch it? Because that's why they keep doing it. If it didn't work, they wouldn't do it. It wouldn't sell.
And we're always rooting for the bad guy, essentially.
Yeah.
But Satan likes it when people believes he doesn't exist. Like, so he uses that as a weapon or as a way to deceive.
Yep.
He's taking it to another level now.
Yeah. Wow.
He's no longer trying to make people think he doesn't exist.
He's
trying to make them think he's the good guy. And this takes us to Marvel and everything else.
This is all coming together. Right now we're seeing that the heroes always have something in common with Satan, and the villains always have more in common with God.
People in the Epstein files aren't Satanists. What if they're Christians? And I guess more accurately, what I'm saying is that all roots of this darkness is stemmed from the Abrahamic system. And this is the system that birthed patriarchy, took us away from our natural state of being and connection. And it is why this system of violence has been able to exist and thrive and continue to work.
You guys still aren't getting it. Christian men use the blood of Jesus and innocent people, like babies, to cover their sins. That's the whole religion.
The type of men who wrote the Bible are the exact same type of men that are in the Epstein files right now. You need a minute to process that? If you can't see the parallel of the Bible and what is going on in our world right now, are you good?
This Babylon dystopia will be framed as heavily Christian so that people will see the evil and corruption that takes place and Christianity as one entity. People will not differentiate evil and the Bible. To many, these will become one. We are already seeing this with the war in Iran. Alongside this villainization of Christianity and God, we are also seeing people view the days of Noah as an ancient lost golden age. To these Luciferians, this was their Garden of Eden, not when sin fell upon the planet, but the day the flood came and we stopped being able to sin unrestrained, the day we stopped being gods. And so, with this ancient golden age of sin making a full comeback, To them, this is the redemption of humanity. This 5D ascension new earth, this is their grand return. Adopting the same mindset as the ancient mystery schools and modern day secret societies, that the main goal of humanity is not to overcome sin and find our way back to God, but to transcend the need for God, to transcend physical boundaries and become superhuman, to become gods and be able to sin unrestrained. These new ages have adopted the very same mindset of the people they claim to be against, and anyone threatening this grand return to humanity's natural state in their eyes will need to be eliminated. All of this talk of ascension, awakening, and superpowers is just the apple in the Garden of Eden repackaged. Behind it all is the same false promise that man is God. I've highlighted how God is being painted as Satan. And in this twisted point of view, that makes Satan God, because whether these people want to admit it or not, they are Satanists. Everyone has been made to think Satanism is something extreme, like killing children, or rituals, or things of that sort. But what Satanism really is, at its core, is what we are seeing with New Age. It is adopting the same mindset as Satan, that you are divine, and therefore you are God. We are heading for the full inversion. God will be Satan. Satan will be God. Christians will be Satanists. Satanists will be holy. Angels will be demons. Demons will be angels. The image of God will be inferior, and the image of Satan will be superior. Hell will be above, and heaven will be below, where Jesus Christ will come from the sky. The Antichrist will come from below. The Antichrist will be seen as Jesus Christ. The Antichrist will save us from the sin outside of ourselves, but not the sin inside of ourselves. Bad will become good, and good will become bad, because so many people do not know who Satan truly is, or who God truly is. Satan is not a devil. Satan is an angel that tells you God is the devil. Satan and all things associated with him do not look evil or even act evil in the way we've been conditioned to see evil. Before Satan fell, he was in the immediate presence of God. His main role was to exalt God. It's how he caused others to fall, including us. He uses his tactics of exalting to cause other angels to fall, and humanity. Exaltation is pretty much his only trick, but it is one he uses time and time again, just repackaged for a new generation. This is why he is seen as the God of this world. He is the one that makes you feel exalted. He makes you feel like the main character and like a god, but only Jesus Christ can save you. However, this world doesn't believe it needs a savior. Instead, people believe they need exalting. People believe they need to be God.
There is not going to be a second coming of Christ.
There is no guy going to appear on a cloud to judge the human race or change the world.
The Christians think they're going to see a Messiah come in the clouds, which is ridiculous. We have to stop looking for an external Messiah. What's going to save us is us. I've seen the Messiah, and the Messiah is us.
Very good.
And so, they will always look to Satan, whether knowingly or unknowingly. Satan is the one that gives us an overabundance to the point of destruction. And then when God takes it away, he points and says, "Look, it's the devil. Run." This is the truth of Satan and God. If you want to know who Satan is, look at who is celebrated as a hero in this world. And if you want to know who God is, look at who is seen as the villain in this world. Humans with their sinful hearts who have not accepted Jesus Christ and been born again will always, in one way or another, love Satan and hate God. We are heading into a world where God will be the ultimate villain and Satan will be the ultimate hero who gives us everything we want, even if it'll kill us. The true love that God gives is beyond just giving us everything we want. It's far deeper than that. God's love saves us in ways we cannot even comprehend. It doesn't look like giving us everything we want and ultimate freedom with no rules or boundaries. Everything God does is for the good of humanity, but everything Satan does, including exalting or giving everyone everything they want, is only for the downfall of humanity. And yet, everyone would rather look to the one that corrupts than the one who saves, because Satan knows he can't force people into hell with him, so he makes attractive the road that leads there. Exaltation is not what is going to save us from what is coming, no matter how special or godly you think you are. AI and men in suits are not our biggest threat, but the one who exalts us and tells us we are special, that we are the Most High, that is our greatest threat, because we cannot save ourselves from what is coming, not from the temptation, the deception, the terror, or death. But you know what can? Jesus Christ. This is why Satan has very cleverly made almost everyone feel like they are the main character, like they are the god in their story. Because no matter how much you are exalted, no matter if you have superpowers or a body made of steel, if you do not know Jesus Christ during this tribulation period, you will be absolutely powerless in the face of the horrors and challenges that will be unleashed upon the earth. The days of dealing with men are over. Your ego or love and light will not save you from these ancient otherworldly forces of evil. We need something from beyond this world to save us. Something far stronger and more powerful than us. Someone who's come face to face with the things we considered unbeatable, and one whose name instills fear into the most intimidating and terrifying beings. We need Jesus Christ.